loaded much at that point of time, or
Exactly. That is one way in in maintaining high availability.
Okay.
That is one way in maintaining high availability. So your system should be accessible anywhere in the world, no
Okay.
matter what. Your system must be accessible. Your endpoint or your website must be accessible from anywhere in the world. That is what we call high availability. And second one is fault tolerance. The word itself says your systems or your servers should be able to withstand faults. What do you mean by fault here? So you have any idea about Hadoop?
Yeah, it's a computing, distributed computing technology, right?
Exactly. So this is what happens in Hadoop.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, we have 5 files here, A, B, C, D, E.
Mm-hmm.
And these nodes are nothing but racks where we host servers. Now node 1 has ABD, node 2 has DCE, node 3 has CAB, node 4, node 5. For example, if node 1 gets crashed, if node 1 gets, node 1 gets damaged, the A file is still existing in node 3 and node 5. So the data retrieval is always available. The data what you store is always available. No matter how many crashes, no matter how many damages it happens, your data is safe. That is what we call fault tolerance. So in the event of failures, your system must be accessible at all times. That is fault tolerance. And third one and fourth one is scalability and elasticity. These two are two different. Scalability means, let's say you planned a web application in 2016 and it is slowly catching up. In 2017, it is becoming popular. In 2018, it has become hugely popular. Now, what happens is you should be able to allocate memory to your web application based on demand. So based on increasing demand, you should be able to allocate memory. And in 2019, let's say in 2018, there are 2 million users joined, and you're expecting the same number of people joining in 2019. But in 2019, there are 4 million people joined. I mean, people are joining every day at a faster rate. Yet, you should be able to accommodate all those people. Your system must not get crashed. So scalability means based on the demand, you should be able to allocate memory and scale up. And what do you mean by elasticity? The reversal. Let's say in 2020, your app has become old and obsolete because someone, let's say I hosted another application and people started flocking my application, and your application, people are slowly reducing in numbers. So here also, based on the reducing demand, you should be able to free the memory that you previously used. That is elasticity.
Okay.
So when you stretch a rubber band, what happens? It stretches, right?
Yeah.
When you leave it, it comes back to its original position. The same way, when there is high demand, high memory should be allocated. When there is low demand, most of the memory should go free. You have to free that memory.
Okay.
So these are the 4 important pillars of a cloud computing service.
Okay.
Now, let's forget all about this one and let's talk about our EC2, Elastic Cloud Compute. Can you click on that EC2 instance? Can you click on that EC2 service there? In the search bar, type EC2.
Okay.
In the search bar, you just type EC2 and you'll get the service.
In the search bar, okay. Find the service by name. for VM storage. Yeah, I'm in EC2 dashboard, and it's
Yeah. So you're on the EC2 dashboard, right?
Yeah, I'm on.
Then you find a blue color button, correct?
Yeah, launch instance.
Okay, don't click on that. Don't click on that. I will let you know when you should click on that. So what do you mean by the EC2 instance? As I told you, a server, what should a server provide? A server should provide network, a server should provide computing speed, a server should provide memory, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Because that's what a server is. When we talk about supercomputers and other stuff, so how do these supercomputers are supported by? Supercomputers are supported by servers. There are huge servers like mainframes and other stuff. So what do they provide? Computing power. That means processing speed. Computing power, networking, and memory. These three things it provides. So a server can also be a computer. That's why I typed our supercomputers or servers. A server is a computer, correct? Because server itself is a computer. In the olden days, they used, I told you the example, in the olden days, they used to have like, one server. That means one computer and connected with several computers. The computer has high memory. This is the server.
Okay.
This is how they are powered up. This also used to be a computer in the olden days for small scale purposes. So a server is nothing but a computer. So what does a computer consist of? A computer consists of what? CPU, operating system, hard drive, network card, firewall, and RAM, correct?
Yeah.
So that's what a computer consists of. I'm using Pentium i5 processor. i5 processor. My operating system is Windows. I have a hard drive of 1 terabyte. Of course, I have a network card. I have security, and I have RAM. So, in the same way, every server, be it a small server or a supercomputer, every server will have these basic constructs: CPU, operating system, hard drive, network card, firewall, and RAM. And why do we have it? Because on server you will host applications. Because server, why do we have a server? We host applications on server. If I open facebook.com, google.com, yahoo.com, any .coms, all these are hosted on server, and the server provides all this stuff. Now click on your launch instance.
Okay.
Now I'm going to give control to you. From there I'll direct.
Okay.
Now what you're going to do is, by launching an instance, you're going to launch a server, but it's not a real server, a virtual server, and will consist of all these things I told you: CPU, operating system, hard drive, network card, firewall, and everything. But that is not a real computer. You're going to launch a virtual computer. Now click on EC2 management.
Yeah, why is it called virtual then? We have
virtual. What do you mean by virtual? Virtual is something which is not real.
Okay.
Virtual reality. You keep all that headset and you feel it is real, but it is not actual real. So a computer means a physical thing. You can touch the computer, you can feel the computer. But here you cannot feel the computer, but you are launching all the available, things that a computer produces.
Okay. It's not like our own, personal PC with a physical PC which we can see through our eyes in front of.
But nevertheless, it's a computer which has all the facilities that a physical computer has.
Okay.
Now, in the AWS language, we call the virtual server as instance. Okay?
Okay.
Now, as I told you, to a server consists of what? Operating system. Now you can see. Don't worry. I am going to send you the document. The document will consist of everything.
Okay. Okay. All right.
This class is not like, giving you a theory and doing the lab. Every class is documented.
Okay. Okay.
Anyways, you prepare, you write the notes for your own understanding, but that's okay. But my part is I'll also provide you the material for every class.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, now you scroll down slowly. You scroll down that scroll bar slowly to see the choices of operating systems that AWS provides for you. See, it provides you Linux, it provides you Ubuntu, it provides you Windows, it provides you Red Hat. So these are all the operating systems that AWS provides you to build your own virtual server or instance. And these softwares are preloaded. If you notice, some are Windows servers, some are SQL servers. These are all preloaded, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah, now scroll up. Get back to the starting position. Now what you see is the Amazon Linux image. This is the operating system that is created by Amazon itself. Just like an operating system created by Windows, just like an operating system created by Mac. This is created by Amazon itself. Go back to the first one.
Okay.
So what is an image? See, how do you install operating system? We boot an image on a DVD, right? On a DVD or CD.
Yeah.
That is the image. This is the Linux image, and all the selections that you have just seen are images. See, 64-bit and 32-bit are available. Now select the first one. Select the first one, not the second one.
Yeah.
Don't scroll down. We are done with scrolling down.
Okay.
Always select the first one, because if you select the second one will have a different runtimes and different availabilities, and that goes with a different one. Select the first one. So you have selected a Linux image owned by who? Amazon. Now what you see on your screen are processors. Now you just scroll down and see what are all the processors that AWS provides for your application to be supported. You scroll down slowly. Now you just scroll up. You just scroll up and see the processor and the processing speed. See, up to 10 gigabit, 25 gigabit. Just imagine downloading 5 blueprint movies within seconds. That is the kind of processing power that AWS provides. Of course, as you notice, these servers are used for high-end operations, for production, but these are all supercomputer processors that are used for supercomputers. Of course, the higher the processor, the higher the charge. So for our purpose, we are selecting the processor T2.micro. And you notice vCPUs, that means how many processors? One processor, and the processor's RAM is 1 GB RAM. Got it? Yeah, you just click on it. Virtual CPU, virtual processors. And you just click on the memory. That's also virtual memory. So the network performance, though it says low and moderate, is very high. So it provides both IPv6 and IPv4 as well. Now you select and click next, configure instance details.
Oh, it is already selected by default.
Yeah, by default it is selected.
Okay. So it's a general purpose one, the family. Okay.
Yeah, general purpose.
Storage optimized. Okay. Next,
These are all used for supercomputers. Now click next, configure instance details. Yes, click that one. Now, so far what we have done, we have selected an operating system and we have selected a CPU, correct?
Yes.
Now this configure instance details is about how many servers that you want, in what location you want, and what is the, what we call the network configuration that you want. For this sake, we'll be keeping the default values. Now in the subnet, you notice in the subnet, you just click on the subnet. Yeah, what do you see there?
US East, 2A, 2C, 2B.
Yeah, what are they? They are availability zones.
Okay.
They are availability zones. So 2A, 2B, 2C are three different availability zones in Ohio state. Just like I told you, Madras, Chennai, Coimbatore, and Madurai. Those are the three availability zones. Now you can choose in which availability zone you want to launch your virtual server.
Okay, you can choose anything, any one of it, right?
Yeah, you can select any one of it. If you don't select it, it will take a random one.
Okay.
Now scroll it little. Now scroll the scroll bar a little bit down. Yeah. Scroll it down, scroll it down. Scroll it down. Yeah, this is the Ethernet. If you notice, the Ethernet is already inbuilt for internet connection. So Ethernet is also
Ethernet. I don't see that.
device ETHO. Device ETHO on the network interfaces.
Okay.
Yeah. Now go to add storage. Click next, add storage.
Okay.
So far what we have done, we have selected operating system, we have selected CPU, we have selected
instance.
Yeah, I mean we configured instance to launch in which region? Sorry, which availability zone? 2A, right?
Yeah.
Next, click next, add storage. It means AWS gives you the flexibility to launch in whichever the availability zone that you want. Yeah. Now this is what? This is the ROM, read-only memory. What do you mean by ROM? Hard drive. This is the hard drive that AWS is providing for you. And what is the size of the hard drive?
8 GB.
8 GB. And what is the size of the RAM? Where did you select the RAM?
No, RAM is the memory, right? GB or
no. That is hard drive. That is ROM. Where did you select your RAM? Click previous twice. Click the previous button twice. Click previous. Again previous. Now what you see, the memory here, 1 GB. That is the RAM.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Now click next twice to reach to the same page.
Okay.
Yeah. Now what you are doing, you are selecting 8 GB of
ROM, right?
ROM or hard drive. Your hard drive is 8 GB. Your internal memory is 1 GB. Now click add tags. tags are optional. They are used to identify instances. Let's say if you launch 100 instances in production, in order to identify which one is what, you use a tag. But here it's not necessary. So you just click next, configure security group. This is what we call firewall. This is what we call firewall. Now you are going to configure your firewall. Now change the security group name and put any name. Let's say Petchi SG. Type your name, SG. That means security group. Now click add rule. Yeah. Now select the port that you want. Select HTTP. HTTP, it's up. Yeah. Now again add rule. Click add rule. Select HTTPS. So if you notice, there is the source custom 0.0.0.0.0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That means rules with the source of 0.0.0.0 by 0 allow all IP addresses to access your instance. So now so why do we use firewall? Firewall is to restrict the internet traffic, right?
Yes.
If I install firewall, it eliminates any malicious programs that are trying to reach my system. Any hacker trying to steal my credit card, they send some spyware or some malware, right?
Yeah.
What does my antivirus software do? It blocks those things, right?
Yeah.
The same way, the source is from where the internet traffic is coming to reach your virtual server. Source is from where it is coming. Now here 0.0.0.0 by 0 means from everywhere. That means you are giving access of your virtual server to be accessed by any person in the world. That means you are giving access to your virtual server to anyone in the world. Now you don't want that. You want to restrict that. So what you can do is you can type the number of IPs that you want your server to be accessed. So let's take an example. In some companies, some websites are internal. That means it can only be accessed within that network, correct?
Yeah.
Now you just click on the custom drop down menu. Yeah, click on my IP. What you see is your IP. That means source is your IP. That means your instance can only be accessed by your IP only. No one else in the world can access that.
Okay.
Now if you click custom again, click on custom there. Yeah, now type 0.0.0.0 by 0. That's good. Yeah, that means you are giving access to your software. Sorry, you are giving access to your server to everyone. Now review and launch. Now you're going to launch your instance.
Okay. It's not like my IP. It's going to be custom and 0 only, right? To everyone.
Yeah, you are opening your server to everyone.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's okay.
And 1 second. And why do we use those type SSH, HTTP, HTTPS? I will let you know that. You just remind me why SSH, HTTP, HTTPS. So what are these protocols? I'll let you know about that. So now,
Mm-hmm.
click review and launch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you just go through a quick review of what you have done. First, you have selected AMI, Amazon Machine Image. That is Linux image you selected. Next,
Mm-hmm.
T2.micro, one CPU, one internal memory, 1 GB of CPU you selected. Next, security groups that you just selected. Next, just scroll down. Instance details. If you click on the instance details, you'll find that, don't click on that. If you click on that instance details, you'll find in which availability zone you launched. If you click on storage,
The ROM, read-only memory storage. Can you hear me?
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, my connection got lost.
Oh, okay.
Just open that screen. Now you see it. So you're going to review that. Now you just click on launch. You're going to launch your instance.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Richie, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. I'm launching it.
Yeah, you just click on the launch. You just click on launch. Now this is the important part. Now you have to select an existing key pair or you have to create a new key pair. Since you don't have a new key pair, you just click create new key pair. Click on the drop down menu. No. That's the same thing. Why are you going to there? Create a new key pair. Yeah. You just click on it. You just give a name, my key or something like that. Great.
That's fine.
Download the key pair.
So before we download, what is this key pair and why do we do that?
Yeah, I'll tell you that. Download the key pair. So if you read that, you see a key pair consists of a public key and a private key. A public key is where it is stored with AWS, and private key is where that is stored with you. So when you are going to log into your instance, this private key, you will enter the private key and the AWS will match with its public key and then it will give you access. It's just like bank locker. You will have one key, the bank will have one key, and both of you, enter into the locker room. He will turn his key and you will turn your key. In that way, you will open your locker. In the same way, you will get access. You will have your access to your instance. Got it?
Yeah.
Launch instance. You just launch instance. Now you click on that I046. That is your instance name.
Okay.
Now on the green color screen, yeah. You just click on it. It will take you to the EC2 dashboard.
Yeah.
Now in the search bar, you just remove that, into. You just click on that into.
Yeah, right.
In the search bar, yes. That means that is only selected. If you have like, 3 or more instances, then you won't see that if you have like this.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now what you see, your instance ID, it is selected where, in which availability zone, East 2A, it is running, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, instance means what? A virtual server. A virtual server will have an IP address, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Your laptop has an IP address, and so does mine, and so does a virtual server. Now, underneath the screen, you will find your IP and your DNS name. That's right. Yeah, you just scroll. No. Scroll down. Scroll down. No. The second box that you see. The second box. Exactly. Yes. Slowly scroll it down. Yes. You just stop it there. Yeah. Now on your right side, you have seen public DNS and IP address, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is the IP address of your server. And the upper one is the what? The DNS name of your server. What do you mean by DNS name?
Domain naming system, or
Yes. What do you mean by that?
it's like giving a name to a particular domain.
Exactly. Just like google.com, yahoo.com. Of course, yahoo.com, google.com, every .coms will have an IP address. But for humans, they can't remember all these IP addresses. So that's why they use the DNS system.
Okay.
So now you're going to connect to your what? You're going to connect to your instance. Now you just click on Putty Gen. Putty Gen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just click on it. Now load. Click on load. Now where have you saved your public private key? In the I think it has gone into downloads, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you just click on it. Now you just click on that Putty Gen. Yeah. In the file name, you just click on the drop down menu. File name, underneath, down. Yeah. No, not that one. The other box. Putty private key files.
Okay.
Yeah, you just click on it. Click all files because it only shows Putty files. Now you just click on that hekp.pem.
Let me put this over here.
No, don't do anything. Don't do it. Why have you done that?
I'm just putting it here because I don't want to be there with other stuff today.
That is great. That is great. Yeah, now you select that your
So what
keypad.
is PEM? Any meaning of this extension?
EM is the extension. EM is the extension.
Okay, that's the safest one. Okay, it looks very weird. The word PEM.
Yeah. So now what you are click on open. Now what we are doing is we are converting it into from .pem to .ppk. Click on OK.
Mm-hmm.
Click on OK. Click on save private key. Click on save private key. Yeah. Now you save this key. Just you have saved, just like the way you saved your .pem. Yes. Click on yes. Give it a name.
It's a private key, right? Okay.
You just give it any name, and this will be saved as.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have given a big name.
Mm-hmm. Because we are dealing with so many such downloads and.
No. Throughout this lab, you'll be using the same key pair. We'll not be creating key pair, for every time. This is the only key pair. Just like a password, you don't have so many passwords, right?
Yeah, but already I gave KP for keypad, so I don't want to go with PK then here for private key.
Yeah, you just give it any name. Make sure it is distinguishable.
Okay.
Now save it in the same location that you have saved your, the other key.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Where did you save it? Now, have you saved it?
Yeah, in AWS. Yeah.
Okay, now you open your AWS. I just want you to understand the difference between .pem and .ppk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, .pem, why we have, what we have done is, we have converted from .pem to .ppk, because the putty, now what we are going to open, can only read .ppk files. So that's why we have converted the password or the private key from one format to the other format. Why? Because putty can only read .ppk extensions. It cannot read .pem extensions. That is the only reason.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
open your putty. Now you are done with puttygen.
Can we, stop it for, cut short this session for now? But I have to head out for some time. So can we resume this in the next session?
So can you spare 5 minutes, 5 more minutes? We are almost done.
Okay, then we'll make it quick then. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So wait, what do you want me to do now? We have
open putty. We are almost done.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You just close it. Now yeah, putty. Next.
Oh, it is
You already installed putty. You already installed putty, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you just select putty and you just launch it. You're almost done. Close it.
Desktop app.
Yeah, you just click select putty. So putty is a tool. Putty is actually a tool through which we connect to our instance. It's kind of a gateway.
Okay.
Now click on the IP address you want to connect to. What is the IP address that you want to connect to? Your server IP address.
Yeah.
Where is your server IP address? It's in the management console. That's correct. Oh, you can either copy DNS or IP address. Both are same.
Okay.
You can click with any of it. Yeah. You can connect to any of it because both are same. Yeah. Now, on the left hand side, click on SSH. Click on SSH. On the left hand side, yeah. Click on SSH. Down. Come down. Yes. Click on auth. Authentication. Click on auth. AUTH. Click on auth. AUTH. Not that one. The above one. Yes. Now the above one. Yeah. Now the browse private key. Now you are going to put your ppk file there. The browse. Go to AWS. Yeah. Now open. So you provide your private key to connect to your instance. Click open. Click yes. Some warning will come. Yes.
So login
as EC2-user. That is the default username for any user who uses Amazon EC2-user.
Okay.
Enter. EC2-user. Yeah. Enter. There you go. You connect it to your Amazon Linux AMI.
Yeah.
Now you click LSBLK command. LSBLK. See, 8 GB, the internal memory that you have, the hard drive capacity it shows. So now you have connected to your
VM,
your virtual server through SSH. That's why we have kept the SSH port open. In the security groups, we have selected SSH, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
If we don't select that, we cannot enter into that because we are giving that, hey, I want to SSH. So SSH should be open. In that way, now you connected through SSH.
Okay.
So that is how you get connected to your virtual server. So you got it right?
Yeah.
And HTTPS is when we host a web application, then HTTPS needs to be open, or else you will not be able to connect to your web application. That we will see tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
So can I have your email ID, because I need to send the documents. So what we have done so far, that is completely documented, so that you could refer when you have free time.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'll send you my email ID.
And when you find free time, like today or maybe tomorrow morning, you just do this whole process again and again and again. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And make sure once you are done with that, once you have just connected, you just delete that instance. Now you go back to your EC2 management console. Go back to your EC2 management console. Yeah. You terminate that instance, because this is chargeable. They will charge you. Right
Okay.
click on it. Right click on it. You just right click on it. Yeah. Right click. Right click. Yeah. Instant state. Terminate. That's it. Yeah. Terminate. So your homework is you do the same process 5 or 6 times, because you need to get used to this one. Okay. And
Okay.
from next one onwards, you don't need to create key pair, because you already have an existing key pair. Okay.
Okay.
So I got your email. One second. Where is your email ID?
In the chat window.
No, I did not get it. One second. Yeah, I got it. So I'm going to send you the document. If you have any doubt, you just refer to it. And please make sure that if you find time, to try to do the same process like 5 to 6 times.
Okay.
Okay then.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
So, when can we talk? The next session, can it be 8 a.m. tomorrow for you? 9:30 for me here.
Yeah, same time tomorrow, or even morning, or even if you have evening. Are you free in the evening?
Yeah. Today, my evening 9:30 Central.
Like what time in India? Like
8. It will be 8 a.m. Sunday.
8 a.m. Yeah, done. That is ideal time for me.
Okay. Sunday 8 a.m. for you. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'll be ready by that time. Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thanks.